Hello everybody, and welcome back to the Eternal Sonata playthrough. It is now time for us to continue our journey through the Go-Go Forest with Allegretto and Beat because it's finally stopped raining. How wonderful.
Looks like all that rain and lightning have stopped. Thank goodness.
Hey, Beat, did I see you shaking back there?
What? No way. I wasn't shaking.
Oh, really? You were hanging onto your camera for dear life, weren't you?
Let's just hurry up and get out of here, okay?
So now, we're actually in the same area that Polka and Frederick explored not that long ago. And ultimately, we are already perfectly levelled for our next boss fight. I believe, anyway. So, we're just gonna have a really quick hop, skip and a jump through this area because we've already picked up all the chests, and that just makes me incredibly happy. So, obviously we've had Polka and Frederick get really heavily beaten by a mysterious gentleman called Fugue. And basically, in music, a fugue is a contrapuntal composition in which a short melody or phrase is introduced by one part and then successfully taken up by others and developed into interweaving parts, which is always quite fun. Now, I suppose, in a way, it's sort of similar to songs done in the round. So, for example, Frère Jacques, what commonly happens when that song is sung by kids, it's Frère Jacques, dormez-vous, dormez-vous, and then the next group starts Frère Jacques, so it sort of overlaps and it's quite cool, and sort of similar to the song Will I from Rent, but that is more music in the round than anything else. So, yeah, I'm really not very good at properly explaining these types of things, but the Wikipedia article for Fugue should prove quite helpful to you because it's even got an example being Mozart's Symphony 41, the finale of that, because there's a fugal passage in it, which, yeah, basically the second violin starts, and then the first violin starts about 3 bars later, at a higher pitch, and then the viola starts on the 4th bar after that at a lower pitch, and then another 2 bars later the violoncello starts, and then after that the double bass kicks in with the same thing but all at different keys, effectively. So, yeah, I'm not going to even guess at what the notes are because I used to be able to read music and now I can't anymore, which makes me really sad because I learnt how to read music because I used to play guitar classically. That was what I trained to do. Well, I had guitar lessons, and so I learned how to play classically. And then I stopped having lessons because I think it was coming up to my grade 3, and I was going through a particularly rough patch of bullying at the time. It was effectively the start of all my woes. It's probably when I started to have depression. And yeah, it was just too much, the stress of trying to do that grade 3, so I just stopped. And largely because what I wanted to do with guitar was I wanted to strum and sing sort of popular songs. That's what most people pick up the guitar to do. But I was never very good at strumming. Still, I'm not very good at strumming. I mean, I blame my first guitar teacher because the way he told us to go at the guitar with your thumb was like really heavy, and so that sort of always screwed me over because that's always how I go. I go with my thumb, and really what you want to do is your thumb and your finger tends to, I think, work better, but I just can't do it. And because I sort of fell off that slope, I then lost the ability to read music. And I've always been disappointed by that, because it's a really useful skill to have. But, oh well, these things happen. Now, I believe we're going to go into a cutscene. Yay, we're going to meet a new character, it's going to be so much fun. But be prepared for lots of cutscenes in this part, so I get a nice break. I'll just be on Twitter whilst cutscene goes, because we're in the Go-Go Village! Yay!
What? Oh, terrific. It finally stops raining, so of course now we find a house.
Hey, I think I see someone over there. Hello there. Do you live in this house?
Yes, I do. My name is March. Nice to meet you. My sister and I are the guardians of this forest.
So it's just the two of you, alone, all the way out here? Must be tough.
Not at all. I suppose it is dangerous sometimes, but my sister always manages to take care of things. Lately, though, I must admit, I've been surprised at how many guests have been showing up around the forest. Oh, are you awake already? You know, you could have stayed in bed longer if you wanted to.
Huh? Where am I?
You were found lying unconscious at the upper entrance of the forest. The Agogos came to me and told me where I could find you. I think your friend is out taking a walk somewhere nearby. He kept mumbling to himself, something about trying to find inspiration for his music.
Excuse me, but what are Agogos?
They're... well, they're round creatures.
Huh? Round creatures?
Anyway, they don't approach human beings. And recently, the Agogos haven't been showing themselves at all. You're a very lucky person. It's quite unusual for Agogos to take a liking to a human. In fact, I still can't believe they came to me about rescuing a human being at all. This is the first time anything like that's ever happened.
So the Agogos rescued me? Even though I'm...
I think maybe you should get some more rest right now. I'll fix you something warm to eat. Oh, I'm sorry, I just realized. I don't even know your name. Oh, me? Well,
You're Polka, right?
What?
You sell floral powder in Retardando. Yeah, I heard someone say your name once.
Oh, yeah. And that magic you used was really great, too.
Hey, Polka, what's the matter?
Why'd she run off like that? Did we say something wrong?
Oh, Polka, you're up. I've picked a snack for us. Did something happen?
She really shouldn't be running around like that. She's only just recovering. That path doesn't go very far off, though, so at least she shouldn't get lost.
Huh? That's Polka!
So yeah, Polka's kind of in danger right now. It's the perfect time to go hunting for things, I feel, in the Agogo village, don't you? So, yeah, we're just going to pop into Sounds from March's house. Obviously, March is so cute and lovely. We're just going to ransack her house for goodies because, why the hell not? We want all that good stuff, and also I think we'll probably pop by the item shop as well, because Polka's clearly not in any major danger. The music's totally not suggesting that to us. But it's all good. I also like how there's a bit of Jaws-ness about this music with the da 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 da. To be fair, that's probably what they were going for. And it's very effective because it does build up tension, it does make you think, God, oh, something's occurring. And I know that I'm just totally sapping from any sense of tension that there would be, because I'm just being me happy-go-lucky self. But yeah, it's definitely worth you popping down to the item shop to pick up some new weapons and some new duds, because the next boss fight, once again, can be slightly challenging if you're not prepared. So making sure that you're fully up to power with everything is a very good idea. And also something else that we're going to do is pretty much just going to shove off most of our unwanted weapons and armour, because they serve very little purpose after the fact. This isn't like Tales of Symphonia, say, where certain weapons have certain elemental properties. There are some weapons that do, but it's not nearly as bad in the sense of enemies don't have, as far as I'm aware anyway, elemental resistances to light or dark attacks. Which I don't think they do anyway. So it's not the biggest problem if you sell off all your old weak weapons, because it's a way of making money. Obviously the other way of making money is to take photos with Beat's Vivid Shot, and that's totally viable. If you take some really good photos, you can make a lot of money. I'm probably not going to do that unless I desperately need money, but to be fair, I think I'll be alright. Certainly been alright so far, but then again I'm not very far into the game at this point in terms of recording. Kinda need to get on with that. And oh dear, this certainly doesn't look good, does it?
Polka, are you okay?
I can understand that you want to fight, but are you sure? After all, you're recovering too, aren't you?
I'll be fine. Don't worry about me. Right now we have to concentrate on keeping these things away from Polka.
Really gonna get it!
So yes, we finally have a full team in battle. And it's awesome because we can properly take this guy down. I believe he's called Ogre Champ, and it was something Ogre something, but I couldn't really remember. But yes, this is the Ogre Champ. He is quite deadly because obviously he's giant. He's got a massive sword, so generally you want to try and keep your team, I'd say, sort of in a triangular pattern around him, because then you're less likely to get hit by his attacks.
Your end is near.
And I mean, I'd say it is also good to keep one of your team members just away, if you can. Mostly because he's the one who's got the ranged attack. Then obviously beats the weakest party member. Well, actually no, he's not. Frederick's the weakest party member, but Beat's still weak as anything. So you probably want to try and keep him far away and try and do ranged attacks. It depends entirely how you want to go about combat, really. But if you try and split up your teammates around the Ogre Champ, then you give yourself much less likelihood of getting hit or everyone getting hurt.
Disappear. Coup de grace.
Now you will sleep.
And that was quite a deadly coup de grace. Coup de grace. Quite awesome. Frederick has lots of French moves, or at least moves with alternate languages. Okay, no, it's Italian. Of course it's Italian. So, like, più grave basically means slower and more solemn. It's basically a musical term. Because of course, everything is a musical term. For example, coup de grace isn't necessarily a musical term. I mean, basically, it's the final blow or shot given to kill a wounded person or animal. Basically, it's a blow of mercy. That's the literal translation. So that's quite cool, actually, to be fair. I suppose Frederick does also have Sacred Signature, which isn't, but eh. And coup de grace is French, so he has a mixture of linguistics and languages in his attack moves. But yes, we've got loads of level ups occurring, and we've saved Polka, so that is all good. Now hopefully everyone can band together and we can go on this journey to Forte Castle together, because after all, we're all going that way. Makes perfect sense.
Did you get hurt?
No, I'm alright. Thank you.
Thank goodness you're all right. Huh? What is that thing?
I bet it's one of those agogos that girl was talking about before.
It's kind of weird. Look, Redo, it's glowing.
A go-go. Thank you for saving me.
I've never seen one of those before. Oh, I know. I'll take a picture of it.
Where did it go?
Great job, Beat. You scared it off by taking that stupid thing out. I wish I could have touched it.
Gee, I'm sorry, Redo.
So your name is Beat? Agogos are probably very shy creatures. I'm sure it'll come out again. And I take it your name is Redo. Is that short for something else?
I'm Allegretto. I have a little store in Retardando. It's small, but we have a tough time keeping stuff in stock each day. Anyway, enough about me. What's a powder seller like you doing way out here? Are you headed somewhere?
Mom, I'm going to see the Count at Forte Castle.
Now is not the time to discuss this. We have a guest in the house.
I told you, the reason floral powder isn't selling is because people can buy mineral powder so cheaply. I'm sure he'll understand if I talk to him.
Polka, dear, don't be foolish. You can't possibly go all the way to the castle in Forte by yourself.
I've already made up my mind. Don't try to stop me.
Polka! Dear, it's not that important if floral powder doesn't sell. We'll survive somehow. Polka, are you listening? Polka, please. If you can hear me, then answer me.
Polka, are you listening?
Oh, yes? I'm on my way to Forte.
That's a pretty long name. Could you say it one more time?
Frederick Francois Chopin. But you can just call me Frederick.
Frederick, huh? Okay, no problem. I'm really good at remembering people's names.
You said you're going to Forte. Do you mean Forte Castle? Yes, I do. You should know that Forte is not a very friendly place right now. It's much nicer here in Agogo Forest. The Count of Forte Castle is responsible for mining Mount Rock. He's been making some kind of medicine.
Ah, you mean mineral powder, right?
Yes, my sister Salsa is on her way there right now. She's going to ask them to stop the mining.
I get it. And you stayed behind here to keep watch on things.
If someone doesn't do something, the Agogos are going to lose their home. That's terrible. I was actually going to ask them to reduce the amount of mineral powder they're selling. Then this is perfect. I hope I'm not asking too much from you, but if you could possibly do me this one favor. Here, if you happen to meet my sister in Forte, could you give her this hat?
But how? I mean, we don't even know what your sister looks like.
That won't be a problem at all. You see, we're twins, so just look for someone who looks exactly like me.
Gotcha. All right, then. I think we can handle that. Come on, let's get moving, Polka. We can go together.
What? Go to Forte together? But Yes, good idea. I think that would be much better.
We're all heading to the same place. We should stick together, right?
Besides, if you collapse again, the Agogos might not be there to rescue you next time.
Go together?
Dear, it's not that important if floral powder doesn't sell. We'll survive somehow. Polka, are you listening? Polka, please. If you can hear me, then answer me!
Oh, Mom, I'm sorry. The truth is, this is about more than just the floral powder. I don't have long to live, so I want to do something meaningful with that time. I think that meeting Frederick helped me realize what I really want to do with my life. I don't have much time, but I want to use my power for good somehow. I want to help as many people as I can before it's too late. I'm not gonna worry about what other people think. If they're scared of getting sick and they want to stay away from me, that's fine. Up until now, every stranger has been my enemy. I'd convinced myself of that and couldn't trust anyone. But not anymore. Now I'm gonna start off by trusting people. Because if I can do that, then I think I can become a heaven's mirror. Go together. Yes, I'd really like that.
Okay, then we should get going. Oh, Frederick, by the way, what are you gonna do?
I was heading for Forte as well.
What? You're going to Forte too, Frederick? Oh, that's great. I guess that means we're all going to the same place.
This trip is really getting crowded, huh?
March, thank you so much for everything. Don't mention it. And if you ever come through the forest again, please drop by.
Aw, darn. I wish I'd gotten another chance to take a picture of that glowing Agogo. Oh, well.
Are you still going on about that? You know you can just go back to that same cave again later.
Allegretto's right. As long as some Agogos show themselves, I'm sure you'll get to take a picture of them next time.
Yeah, I guess so.
I wonder what they meant by a glowing Agogo. I suppose it must have just looked as if it was glowing, because I've never heard of Agogos glowing before.